will see varieties of things such as furniture, clothes, television, microwave, utensils, food grains, etc. The list will be too long if we mention all. Why these things are important to us? Each of these has uses that satisfy our needs. That is why they are important. Can we use a general term for all these important things? All these things can be termed as resource. Anything that can be used to satisfy a need is a resource. Look around you. Can you identify some more resources? Water you drink, the electricity you use, the textbook you read, the pen you write, the vehicle you go to school, shoes you wear, all are resources. They all have been used by you, so they have utility. Utility or usability makes an object or substance a resource. Things become resources only when they have a value. Use or utility of anything gives it a value. Thus, all resources have some value. Value means worth. Do you think all the resources have economic value? Minerals may have economic value, but the fresh air we breathe may not. But both are important and satisfy human needs. Thus, some resources have economic value, some do not. Some resources can become economically valuable with time. Your mother's technique of preparing good food has no commercial value today, but if she uses her technique for a restaurant, it could become economically valuable. Can you bring out some more such examples? There is a coal deposit in a tribal village. Till the time they are not able to identify and use, it may not have economic value. But if somebody identifies and converts it to a mining location, then it will have economic value. So, what do you think are the important factors that can change substances into resources? Time and technology are two important factors that can change substances into resources. People themselves are the most important resource. It is their ideas, knowledge, inventions, and discoveries that lead to the creation of more resources. Each discovery or invention leads to many others. Can you think of such a discovery or invention? The discovery of fire led to the practice of cooking and other processes. The invention of the wheel ultimately resulted in development of newer modes of transport. The technology to create hydroelectricity has turned energy into fast-flowing water into an important resource. We have innumerable examples of such discoveries and inventions. There are three types of resources: natural resource, human-made resource, and human resource. Resources that are drawn from nature and used without much modification are called natural resources. Can you name some of such natural resources? The air we breathe, the water in the rivers and lakes, the soil, the minerals are all natural resources. Some of the resources can be used directly, but some other cases, tools and technology may be used to use them. Natural resources are classified into different groups depending upon their level of development and use, origin, stock and exhaustibility, and distribution. On the basis of their development and use, resources can be classified into two groups: actual resources and potential resources. This is a coal mine in Chota Nagpur Plateau region. This is a site of uranium found in Ladakh region. What difference do you observe in both the resources? The quantity and quality of the coal mine in Chota Nagpur Plateau is known and are being used for several years, but technology is not well developed to use the uranium found in Ladakh. Thus, those resources whose quantity are known and are in use at present are known as actual resources. The rich deposits of coal in Ruhr region of Germany and petroleum in West Asia, the dark soils of the Deccan Plateau are some more examples of actual resource. The resources whose entire quantity may not be known and these are not being used at present but could be used in the future are known as potential resources. In which category do you place high-speed wind? High-speed winds were a potential resource 200 years ago, but today they are an actual resource as wind farms are developed to generate energy using windmills. Nagarkoil in Tamil Nadu is such an example. Based on their origin, resources can be abiotic or biotic. Abiotic resources are non-living, while biotic resources are living. Can you state some examples for both? Soils, rocks and minerals are abiotic, but plants and animals are biotic resources. On the basis of stock or exhaustibility, natural resources can be broadly categorized into renewable and non-renewable resources. Look at these two sets of resources. What difference do you see here? These are some resources which have a limited stock. Once the stocks are exhausted, it may take thousands of years to be renewed or replenished. But these are some resources that are found abundantly and get renewed or replenished quickly. Thus, the resources, those which get renewed or replenished quickly, are known as renewable resource. Some of these are unlimited, such as solar and wind energy. But careless use of certain renewable resources like water, soil, and forest can affect their stock. The resources which have a limited stock and may take thousands of years to be renewed or replenished once exhausted are known as non-renewable resources. Coal, petroleum, and natural gas are some examples. On the basis of their distribution, resources can be ubiquitous or localized. Can you name some resources that are found everywhere in the world? The air we breathe, the water we drink are found more or less everywhere in the world. Such resources are known as ubiquitous. The resources, those which are found only in certain places, are localized. Copper and iron ore, etc., are some such examples. Why do you think resources are distributed unequally over the earth? The distribution of natural resources depends upon a number of physical factors like terrain, climate, and altitude. These factors differ very much over the Earth's surface that results into unequal distribution of resources. People convert natural resources into more valuable and usable product. Here, the natural resource water is converted into electricity through the construction of dams. The resources made by humans are known as a human-made resource. Can you name some human-made resources that you observe around you? People use natural resources to make buildings, bridges, roads, machinery, and vehicles, etc. These are also human-made resources. Natural substances become resources only when their original form has been changed. Iron ore was not a resource until people learned to extract iron from it. Technology. The application of latest technology and skill in doing or making things is also a human-made resource. People can make the best use of nature to create more resources when they have the knowledge, skill, and the technology to do so. Hence, people are considered as human resources. Human resource refers to the number or quantity and mental and physical abilities of the people. What helps in improving the quality of human resource? Education and health help in making people a valuable resource. Thus, improving the quality of people's skills so that they are able to create more resources is known as human resource development. Let us get back to natural resources again. Water is a renewable but scarce resource. How do you think the renewable resources become scarce? It has become scarce due to careless uses and pollution made mainly by humans. Look at this situation. Jack often forgets to switch off the lights and fan in his study room when not in use. Consequently, Jack uses more electricity and helps in depleting water and coal too, as electricity is produced mainly from these resources. If we are not careful, renewable resources can become very scarce and the non-renewable ones can definitely get exhausted. Thus, we need to use the resources carefully. Using resources carefully and giving them time to get renewed is called resource conservation. How do you think we conserve the resources? Together, we all can make a difference. Save electricity by switching off the devices when not in use. Reuse and recycle paper that will save the forests around you. Do not let water run in the tap while brushing and save every drop of water by repairing leaky taps. Use public transport that will help in conserving petrol. In this way, we can fulfill our need to use resources and also conserve them for the future. Thus, development brought by balancing the need to use resources and also conserve them for the future is called sustainable development. Let us note some principles of sustainable development. Respect and care for all forms of life. Improve the quality of human life. Conserve the Earth's vitality and diversity. Minimize the depletion of natural resources. Change personal attitude and practices towards the environment. Enable communities to take care of their own environment. The future of our planet is linked with our ability to maintain and preserve our resources.